I'll start by introducing myself. My name is Robert Mburu Mungai'S. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. Number one, to serve you for 6 years as the chairman of the board. And I was very authoritative as your chairman. There were a few things that I wanted. Number one, I would ask myself, at what moment in my life have I, and I will remember that small thing that you did for yourself, you did for the school, or for any unfortunate position you found myself. One time at Nanyuki, during my 6-year period, there was a time I decided to enjoy my December Christmas holiday from 23rd to 1st the following year. And I spent with about 30 students who calls Nanyuki a home. These are guys from our neighboring country, Sudan, from our neighboring country, Somali, from our neighboring country, Uganda, and some of them from Kenya, from very destitute families. They could not afford a meal. Why? Because they do not have a parent, and they were admitted to Nanyuki High School. The Christmas holiday, which was about 8 days, I enjoyed with them Christmas. And that will remain in my mind as the most memorable item. And I know wherever they are, they pray for me. And I also do pray for them. Na najua wakienda kwa Mungu nikiulizwa ni wakati gani, because I have gone through a lot of money. I've also gone through a lot of hell in my life. But one time somebody asked me, which is the best or the memorable thing that you found in your life? My most memorable thing is when I assisted a child from Northeastern and did not have parents. They either died during the war, or they don't have the parents, and that calls me somebody who gave out what I had. And I decided now to pass on the baton to my new chairman. But before I pass on, because I know this will be my last address to as the outgoing chairman, the next thing I'll never be called an outgoing chairman, the next time I'll be a retired chairman. So as an outgoing chairman, I know the shoes that I left my brother Ikiara. Number one, when I joined in, we had a 4-stream school with 700 students. As I packed and give in the school, it is a 9-10 stream, 10 streams for every class. Yes, because I found 700 students. As I leave there 1,800, that is double, plus 1 class, that is 10 streams. And I know next year he's going to have more students. And therefore that is a challenge. First of all, the resources required is more than he has requested. And therefore the little when I was sitting down here, and when I was sitting there and talking to my friends, my classmates, I thought about him, and I said, it is time that we come together and make Nanyuki a better school than it was. My very first day, when I joined as a chairman of the school, I visited the golf club here, golf club here in Nyahururu, and I met the chairman. I don't shy saying this, I met the chairman of the Rumo. Nikamwambia, I'm the new chairman of Nanyuki Boys, and I would like us to share. I would like my students to sit with your students so that we can bring these schools to a better level. Akaniuliza, hii kashule kanakoma kila siku, tunaweza kuonana naye? And we had an argument and I had to walk off. But the next 2 years, I told him, watch this space. The next 2 years, you'll come to me. As I leave Ikera the school, I'm leaving the school and he's enjoying talking to Alliance School. They enjoy talking to Mangu High School. And we do not have any relationship with Drumo at any time. Because they have to come and live before us. That is the school I'm leaving. Why are we doing this? Whenever you are given a responsibility, do not mix your business with the business of the students. I never mix my business with the business of Nanyuki School. And I took a very serious step to make sure that what When you are in school, there were many, many resources that were around us. And whoever was the chairman, because I didn't know our chairman, never took those resources as a responsibility to use them for the betterment of the school. And therefore, when I joined in as the chairman, the first thing was to work with the KDF, the Air Force. We started the aviation. Today, as we talk, our students are part of the best students in aviation. I also took care of the computer. We started a computer class, and as we talk today, I think Nanyuki was the best in computer. It was the best. And just to make sure that it was the best, my son was also here. Because I told him, you have also to go to Nanyuki. And I cannot be buying buses for students. I cannot be talking about a big school. And yet you are in a small school in Moro. So I told him, join. You will get an A in this school. And definitely he came. And today, as I talk, I think he has developed a MTBA, a system after Form 4. The other guy from the same class was developing another system to connect all the universities. So our students at Form 4, they are working in a different position. And that is the school I'm passing over. It is a big shoes, as he says. But I remember when we were looking for the chairman, we zeroed down to quite a number. And this committee, huyu chairman anaitwa Wanjau, sijui anafanya namna gani, but he is so, Wanjau ni mtu ambaye anakufurahisha. Wacha niseme, akija, when you are thinking this way, he tells you, no, we can do it this way. So we narrowed down to a few chairmen, and we concluded this Kiara. And before he knew, we had reported him to the Minister of Education, and we were saying, wamesema ni wewe. Sasa utadu. So he became the chairman. Hapa tulikuibia na akakuja akakubali. So chairman, I know he is able because we followed the organizations they worked in, and I'm 100% sure that what we required, you required, if you are, because I'm representing you guys, what you would have liked to achieve in Nanyuki, if today you are put as a chairman of the board or as a member of the board, what you wanted is what I did, to open up the school to Nanyuki, because it was very low. Ukienda Nanyuki ulize, nataka mtoto wangu aingie Nanyuki. Nanyuki was only a holding ground for the students to go to another school. Today, and this is what I also request from Mr. Ikiara, our chairman, everybody in Laikipia is looking for a space in that school. We are working a program where out of the 500 or 600 students, at least 2 or 3 classes walikuwa wanatoka wapi? Laikipia. Either east or west. At least walikuwa wanatoka hapa. And although I'm not the chairman, I'm still in that board trying to guide them. We look at it, and I'm sure I will be representing your wish. Number 2, the alumni. When we were discussing, I had some guys of 1967, they joined 66, and they left 1969. Others came, until I recognized there's a Wakili who came the other day. I would like to request the chairman that the marshals of those classes, they come up with a book. Because some of the things that I was hearing in 1969, where these guys were living, some of them were going to Equator Girls, there were some who were sleeping, the classes, the one who started the class, where we were being monitored by Wanjohi himself, the principal, unajua unashika hiyo safe. By the time unatoka umekufanywa vizuri. That's why we are here. They gave me a story of, that was the class, and then the dormitory was behind. I didn't know that history. So if we can have the class marshals coming together, and every class writes about the school, we'll have a small story to tell in future. So that in future, our future becomes better. As I leave the school and passing over the baton, when we joined in 2016, Our main team that we were basing ourselves programs with was Chavakari, was the schools in Western. As I leave the podium to the next level and passing on the baton, I'm leaving Mr. Ikiara, as I said, to the best schools in this country, led by Kagumo, Mangu, and others. And therefore, that means our school the train has left the station. We are leaving the school at 91% transition to the university, 91% transition to the university, and I found it at 30%. So at 91% means I counted the number of students that have joined the university during my time were about 652. So those are the students that I would like to see them in future when they call the chairman. Because when I left Nanyuki Boys, I went to a school called St. Patrick's Iten. And the motto of St. Patrick's was 100% transition. So everybody who joined Iten during our time must have joined the University of Nairobi, because that was the only university. We have more universities now. As I leave the stage, I'm looking forward that in the next few years, with the young people who are coming up, with the committee that we have, we'll have 100% transition to the university. The moment those students go to the university, it means a lot to you as the chairman, as the alumni who will contribute. You have some satisfaction between yourselves. And therefore, what Mr. Ikiana, our new chairman, is asking is something very small. The contributions. The moment I joined again, I said I don't want to. Mimi sitaki kutolea kanisa. Kanisa yangu ilikuwa Nanyuki Boys. Any contribution that I was making, ukisikia 10%, it does not mean ile utaenda uwekee Mungu katika chondo. I've been the church. 10% may mean that young boy who cannot educate himself, that boy who cannot feed. The moment you feed him, the moment you clothe him, you have done your 10% to God. And therefore, when I went to Nanyuki, I know I was building a kanisa in Moria Catholic, in Isinya, where I belong, and in Tatu City. But I stopped because Nanyuki took 100% of my time. I did not have michango. Now, anytime I was called in Nanyuki, I would go to Nanyuki anytime. And my car was consuming about 10,000, going and coming back. We were not being paid that money. You will be given a token of 5,000. But you have taken the whole day. Sometimes you go to the Ministry of Education. You line up with other, I think I was the most common in the corridors of the Ministry of Education. So you came to the Ministry of Education, as I enter every office, wanasema chairman wa Nanyuki. Nawambia tuko na chairman mpya. Why? Because I started from the minister to the PS, and the most visited school by any minister, it was Nanyuki Boys High School. You may look at the marks, you may look at it as being selected by so many students, but the issue is when you go to Nanyuki, you will find all the PSs, they have been to our school. Even the minister, you brought the minister, the new minister. The current Minister of Education has been to our school. And that is because the resources are the ones that makes the school pass. So the moment you are selected by the team of Wanjau as a representative of alumni in the board, because the Ikera will come and go, I have come and gone, we'll have another one come and go. The moment the committee of Mr. Wanjau selects you to sit in the board of Nanyuki High School, one of the issues, it is a sacrifice. And number two, ask your friends, wherever they are working, some of them as a senior, they may be in the ministry. It is just a touch of the button. I remember when I was looking for the titles for Nanyuki, because I found some of them, zilikuwa zimeibiwa. Whenever you go to the Ministry of Lands, mtu anakuambia nilikuwa Nanyuki. it requires just a button from you. Unasaidia chairman. Chairman cannot manage the entire institution as a chairman because he's not a full-time chairman. But whenever he calls for our support, you are supposed to sit and say, I am in the ministry of this, I'm in this media, and I want to assist the chairman. Mukisikia shule imepitisha sana, kitu ya kwanza, wanajeshi wako wa angani. We started with them the aviation class. When we started the media class, we had the standard, and one of the old boys helped us to do that. For those young men and women who are your wives, who are working somewhere, and they can assist Nanyuki in any form, kama ni any department, naomba msaidie chairman. I'll be there to assist him. We started a medical hospital in Nanyuki. Kuna hospitali yetu, na hiyo hospitali yetu inataka usaidizi. I have had a few guys here who are working within the medical sector. My request is, tafadhali, if you can assist that hospital, it is helping us a lot. There was a time we had 8 students. Walikuwa 8 students, wako na kaviva kidogo. But we can't run to any other hospital. We have a place our students can go. If you can manage, na nitakambili, if you can manage to give us medicine, anything in that small hospital, I think we'll take it up. And all of you, you have a mentorship program you can give to our students. Anybody here can give a mentorship. If you feel that you have that power, either in management or in real estate, anywhere you are, and you can give a mentorship program, I think my brother here requires you more than any other. And finally, when you come to the infrastructure, infrastructure ya shule ilikuwa imetweka vibaya, ndio nilikuwa naingia kuomba. Unaenda na kasani ukiomba kila mtu. The last dormitory that was built before I entered that school was done when I was a student and I left 1981. GG dormitory was built when I was still in Nanyuki Boys High School. From 1981, we have never had a dormitory in that school. Na mnasikia watoto wanakuwa we? The school has doubled in terms of population from 700 to 1800. So the last dormitory, we did it with the Kiara. He found almost when I was completing, it is accommodating about 500 students. And therefore, we need another dormitory. And when we talk about a dormitory, ni kidogo kidogo. Unasikia wewe ni architect, unaleta kidogo. Ukisikia unadona, unaleta kidogo. Ukisikia Ikiara anaweza kwenda kuomba, we are ready to walk a long journey with Ikiara to anywhere in this republic to make sure that Nanyuki is the best as I left it another 5-10 years to come.